Looking for some new Core Set 2021 cards? Well, you can get them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom. Card Kingdom has Core Set 2021 up for pre-sale now, and you can check it out over at cardkingdom.com. Hello, everyone. It's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and we have something fun today. Go Magic is returning. It's been a long time since we've had a Goat Magic episode, which means we have a super special guest in Richard. What's up this morning, Richard?
Hey Seth, how's it going?
It's good. I've actually missed this. We definitely had a lot of fun playing some Goat Magic matchups in the past, and people might not know. It's been a while since we've done an episode. What's kind of the idea of Goat Magic, Richard? What's the theme of this series?
All right, we try to take two decks which we believe are maybe the best or most infamous during different time periods, smash them together to see who comes out on top. And today we have the Battle of the Junds, pile of mythics, where we are taking Modern Jund. Yes, Modern Jund. One of the most feared decks historically, maybe not now, but Jund has always been at the top of Modern. Basically, in the Jund colors, all the best cards smashed together. The deck is insanely expensive. And from Standard, we have basically Bant Jund, where you have all of the Bant mythics, all of the good cards in Standard smashed into a deck that's so overwhelmingly powerful that we have to actually match it up against a Modern deck, right? Because we don't think any Standard mid-range deck can match up to the power of Uro into Nissa, into Ugin. So we're going to take little green Goify boy here and see if Goif can put an end to the Standard menace using the power of Modern.
Yeah, so I'm actually very curious, because one of my feelings, I think, on Standard recently has been that it's really, really difficult and maybe like impossible for mid-range decks to really compete, because you try to like play fairly, but then your opponent has twice the amount of mana than you from Uros and whatever. Then they play Ugin and just like sweep your stuff and the game's over. So it'll be an interesting challenge to see if the best mid-range deck, probably in the history of Magic. I don't think it's off base to say that Jund is the best mid-range deck in Magic's history. Can that mid-range deck actually keep up with the power of Bant Mythic? So what do you think, Richard, before we jump into this game? How do you think this is going to go? Do you think that Standard Bant Mythics is so good at crushing mid-range with its value, it's going to do the same thing to Modern Jund? Or does Modern Jund have enough efficiency and thought seizes that it can actually just get rid of all my Ugins and processes and smash me with Goif or something?
I think I'm favored. I think I would take Tarmogoyf in this match, but I'm not entirely sure. We have a lot of cards that match up poorly. There's always the threat of an Ugin. If you can't close out the game, that's just literally getting Troned in Standard now. So I'm going to believe in the power of discard spells. 6 discard spells plus Liliana. I think I could slow you down long enough. Unfortunately, your Nissa lands like trade with Bloodbraid Elf. That's a little sad. But I do have Lightning Bolts. I do have Fatal Pushes. If I can stick a Tarmogoyf, I think I'm okay, but I am not 100% confident in this. Because, I mean, is Tarmogoyf much better than, I don't know, like 3 mana 5/5s from Standard? Like, I don't know, right? I think I'd rather have a Questing Beast somewhere in here, but was Ren 6 going to do anything? I'm not sure. So it could go horribly. It could be Jund to get some embarrassed here. So I'm maybe like 55-45 in my favor.
I would say I think you're probably slightly favored. I think it might be somewhat close. My big concern is just the speed of the decks. My deck, we're both playing just stock builds of our deck, so we haven't like metagamed. I haven't shifted like Bant from Standard to try to focus on beating Jund in specific. These are just like the stock versions of the deck, and the stock version of Bant Mythics in Standard doesn't really play any 1-drops, so my curve kind of starts at turn 2, then I'm hopefully ramping and getting to powerful stuff on turn 3, so I'm a little worried about just like Thoughtseize into Tarmogoyf, into me having like a slow hand and you taking my Teferi that I was going to play on turn 3 or something. And then just having that kind of snowball out of control. But I do think that my deck definitely has a shot, especially if I get a relatively quick start. But it should be interesting nonetheless. Like if Bant Mythics from Standard crushes Modern Jund, that would be a big testament to the deck's power, I guess, and it would explain why Standard mid-range decks have a difficult time keeping up with it. But Any other thoughts, Richard, before we jump into a match and see how this goes?
No, let's do it.
Winning the die roll might actually be important for my deck. I think that would make me feel much better about the speed aspect if I get to play first.
Oh boy, you've won the die roll.
All right, we're off to a good start. Bant Mythics on the play. We will play first. Oh, this is Ah, jeez. My hand has so many powerful cards, but they don't come down for a long time. You know what? I think we try this. We got a scry land. Hopefully that'll find us something to do early.
I don't know how to mulligan this matchup. I don't know if I should mulligan aggressively into kind of like what you would do against Tron, where you must mulligan into disruption, or if I can just like mid-rangey dirtle it out. Here's a mid-rangey dirtle it out plan. Given what you said about your hand, I don't know if it's the greatest idea, but we'll try it.
Okay, fair mid-range battle. Well, we'll lean on a scry land. Look for something to do early in the game. We don't really need more lands. All right. Well, scry land go. I think my deck definitely has the late game. Like, if I get, I imagine just like in Standard, if I actually get to the point where I resolve Ugin, that should just be the game. Like, I have a hard time imagining that your deck can recover from that, but...
Old Jun could do it with a Raging Ravine. New Jun will just try to cycle land, so with Red and 6, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Well, we dodged the Thoughtseize on turn 1, so feeling good about that at least.
Can you dodge a 1/2 Tarmogoyf?
All right,
Here's the
that's
good
fine.
news. You don't have Lightning Bolt. This doesn't matter.
Your fetch lands are a little better than mine. We'll get a Blades. Oh yeah.
I wonder if it changes significantly if you have like a modern mana base.
Oh, that's a draw we were hoping for. I think things might have shifted in my favor, Richard, with one top deck, just like in Standard.
No, what Ural's fine. I'm actually terrified of Teferi here, but I'm fine with you drawing a card. I don't care about this.
So we'll draw a card. We will put. Let's just put Fabled Passage into play. And
I don't feel like I'm overwhelmingly ahead. Like I don't feel like I'm just crushing a Standard deck. I'm like,
yeah, I actually don't feel.
I hope Teferi doesn't come down. Like big Teferi now. That was gonna be a problem.
I did grow your Goy for you, so it's up to a 2/3.
All right. Here's the trump card. Okay, this is what we don't. Does my life total matter in this matchup? Let's just say it does.
Are you going to help me fill my graveyard?
Yes, I am. Grow the Goy. There's no way you can fill it next turn. No, right? The worst is like when they Tassiger their graveyard away and your Goy becomes a 0/1, and you're like, no.
Yeah, we're not to that point yet. Well, all right. Play this.
So we're okay. Are you gonna Nissa hit Lily?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. So I don't know what disruption the current builds of Jun plays. Like, do you have Maelstrom Pulses, Assassin's Trophies? Like, how easy is it for you to just kill my Nissa? I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. Let's see. What's in our graveyards at the moment?
My island is almost as big as your Goyf.
you know, Goyf's getting there. Okay, does not appreciate this. Okay, yeah, plus.
Well, thankfully, we drew
no. Oh no! Woo. I clicked the wrong card for a second. But lucky. Lucky you didn't go through.
Thankfully, we drew another Uro, which is a pretty good discard.
Okay.
Are we bolting the land? Okay, yeah. That grows the Goyf, yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Richard's going off. I will say Liliana's ultimate is a concern.
I will say that games usually never get to that point. All right. All the cards are on the table. Can you beat two Goyfy boys?
Unfortunately, so I might have turned on the wrong land, because now I don't have the right lands for Uro with my Nissa dead. Hmm. Well, okay. Let's draw an Uro land. Well, this works. I do give you a card, but
Oh my god. Oh my god. This feels like
and
standard.
then we'll also play a green source for next turn, and you can go.
Oh no. Oh no.
But
This feels like standard. This is not supposed to happen.
you got a free card, Richard. You're good. You probably drew another Goyf.
Oh no.
You got this. You're lucky you killed that Nissa, because I actually did have Ugin that was going to come down if you hadn't killed it.
Yeah. So you know how Jund is supposed to be the best deck playing off the top? So if we are both out of cards and playing off the top, Jund is theoretically supposed to be better. It hasn't been like that for like 3 years or something. It certainly does not feel like it in this matchup. I'm still terrified.
Oh no, I think my deck's probably way better top decks than yours. Like not even, I could draw the Hydroid crosses and just
look at our life totals.
Hand.
Look at our life totals. I haven't even aggroed you to anything yet. Oh boy.
And now I have Uro.
It's okay. I got a Lily. I have a Lily.
Yeah, I guess Lily can technically get rid of it. All right, yeah. I mean, I guess I still need a top deck, but I mean,
I'm a Bloodbraid Elf away from doing something.
I am getting to the point though where I don't have bad draws anymore. Like, except for lands, but like any card in my deck is pretty much a bomb.
Can you cast Ugin too? No, you can't cast Ugin. Okay, just draw some Ugin.
Not quite. All right, there goes Uro for now.
I got my own Titan.
Yeah. Ooh, and that's gonna actually come back pretty quickly. That can come back next turn.
Those are planes. Okay, yeah.
Come on, Fabled Passage.
I feel good.
Ugh. All right. Yeah.
Yes. It looks scary, but that's how it is with Jund. I was in control the entire time, Seth.
Oh.
Oh, yes. The classic Inquisition. Okay.
Yeah, just a land.
Surprisingly, the land is kind of scary. I don't want you to get to Ugin.
All right, that's fine. That gives us 5 cards again, so we will keep doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This does mean clearing out our graveyard, which is awkward if we find an Elspeth Conqueror's Death, but I think it's worth it. I like 6/6s.
The good thing is it gets fatal pushed. That's the only good thing about Uro here.
Yeah, all right.
You gonna draw anything good?
I feel like this is at least pretty even so far. Like, this game has been pretty even.
Yeah. I guess it's the battle of the top decks, and right now my top decks are winning.
Yeah, this Crocs is a problem. That's a pretty fast clock. The question's going to be, like, I have draws that'll turn this around. Do I hit them, or do I just... My deck does have, like, 29 lands or something absurd, so there's also just a risk that I just keep drawing lands forever.
I mean, you have one turn, right? You're dead next turn, so you need to interact. Oh, wait, you have something?
Well, no. Gross Spiral. I think I might technically have 2 turns, right?
Uro does another...
You have me for
6,
9.
9, 12? Oh, yeah, you have one more turn.
So I have 2 turns to draw something good. That's better in Standard than it is right now. Awkwardly, Kroxa manages to dodge that because it's only 2 mana. That is a little bit awkward. Elspeth Conqueror's Death, it hits so much of the good stuff in Standard, but you got Goyfs, you got Kroxas, I don't know, maybe you got Bobs or something. You have a lot of stuff that it doesn't get. Well, we got one more turn. And it's got to be something good.
I mean, if you just Ugin, can you Ugin yet? 2, 4, 6?
No. Mana short.
If you had kept Ugin in your graveyard somehow,
yeah,
you can reanimate with Elspeth in 1 turn.
Well, that's interesting. Okay, that might help.
Grasses?
Yeah. Grasses. Draw a couple cards.
Oh my. Is it really slipping away? Do I need a top deck and removal spell here?
Unfortunately, it's not big enough to actually kill this Kroxa. And if you kill the well, I guess I survive. Well, we'll see. This is close now.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
I am shocked. Oh, you have Tobin's Veto main deck. Huh.
Yeah, that's slightly awkward, but yeah, we're gonna chump.
Okay. Verdant Catacombs.
Now I actually do have Ugin mana if it comes off the top.
I'm gonna be so salty. So salty.
So we'll get back Uro. Gain a bit of life.
No. Better not draw the Ugin off of this.
Draw a card. Okay.
Can you escape? Oh no, you can actually escape it.
So we get to play Nissa.
This is happening, isn't it?
I think...
Is this really happening?
I think the top decks might have gotten there. We'll see. Now we get to get back Uro.
Oh no. John?
Oh, poor
Why
Judd.
you gotta do this to me?
Oh, is that a sign of Judd being bad or this deck being busted in Standard?
This is what Judd does. You play a bunch of cards that just become irrelevant after a while. I can't. Oh no! I mean, if you just Urled, it wouldn't be horrendous. But now you have a Nissa, and then you're just gonna draw a Crassus or something afterwards, and then an Ugin. All right, here's the time to draw running back-to-back lands, Seth.
Ugh.
Oh, and you get another card out of this deal. Oh no!
Well, this time we'll turn on the right land. Get in, hit
So
you.
you've gone 4 cards deeper than me. Oh no! I'm like 1 turn away from death too.
Yeah, the question is, what do you do with Kroxa now? Do you have to like? What do you do? Like, you can get it back from the graveyard easier than me, but you're not that far away from just dying. Actually, you would die if all my stuff lived and Nissa lived.
I need to deck thin here. Not ironically, I need to deck thin here. So. Oh no, not like this, guys.
Well, oh man, I actually had it too.
Oh my god, you had it.
Yeah, that was my Euro draw. That would have put it away.
Okay, I guess I'm on defense now, because if I attack, you just take it and then kill me.
Yeah, what do we do now? I guess step 1, we will redraw.
How is this allowed? Why can you get away with all of this? I had 2 goify boys beating you down.
That Shatter the Sky was pretty key, I think.
Yeah, but I drew a card off of it. It wasn't even like
it wasn't that good.
That bad. Yeah.
But two goifs might have just killed me if I didn't have a Wrath before I did anything meaningful.
Can't bring this back. Okay.
Do you have Wraths? Well, we keep drawing mythics. Oh yeah, we have double mana. That's right. Oops, X. I forgot how busted this deck is.
Oh, sorry. This is like way better than Tron at this point, right?
Yeah. It's like Super
okay.
Tron.
It's a fairy.
It's not actually that exciting at the moment, but we'll play it and take it up. And
Cool.
Well.
Yes. Let me cast my Ugin. Hold on.
Not looking good for Jund at the moment.
Hold on. Okay. We do a little inquisitioning.
Yeah. Just a Wrath.
Okay, it's a Shatter the Sky. Okay. Red, black. Get rid of it.
Uh-huh.
Then you get it to fairy bounce.
What did you draw, like a Fatal Push or something? I think.
I am not obligated to tell you anyway. We have to go into strict spike mode to try to salvage this game.
I think it might just
This
be
is what it's come down to. John is fighting for its life.
against a standard deck of all things.
Hush. Your deck is technically modern legal. It is a modern deck. These are 2 modern decks playing some magic, okay?
Oh, that is true. Yeah, all right. I think you're still
You're at
dead,
17
but
live. Yeah, there's no way I could do anything.
so bounce Crocs landed up and score one for Standard Bant.
It was because you're on the play. It was because you're on the
That
play.
and you didn't have a Thought Seize. We both had kind of slow starts. So if you had been able to strip my hand with Thought Seize and you were on the play, I think it would go differently. But we'll find out because you get to be on the play this game.
I don't think there's anything too interesting to sideboard.
I actually have some interesting sideboard options, I think. Like just some removal seems good against you. All right, let's run it like that. That's probably fine. I still don't have any one drops.
Is there anything to Abrupt Decay in your deck?
Not just especially. Teferi and Uro, maybe, I guess.
So can we re-record the intro? I'm gonna change my prediction.
I mean, there's still hope, Richard. You get to be on the play.
The Magic Gods have gave me a 7-land hand just to stick it to me.
Oh, my hand's actually pretty good. Oh, this might actually be happening.
Okay. This is good. This is good. It's not that good, but oh boy. Okay, we want this card.
No Thoughtseize again? All right.
No Thoughtseize.
Well,
I'm not sure going down to 5 for Thoughtseize is wise.
no. It seems like this is about card advantage for the most part. And I think that's what I imagine the hard part of the matchup is. Unless you get a fast win, I feel like I just outdraw you. Like, do you have Bobs in that build? Like, is Bob still something Jund players play?
This deck is playing 1 Bob.
Okay.
But it plays 3 Ren and 6s. So if you believe in the power of Ren and 6. So I actually just took a recent deck off of the Moto dailies. I think this is the the Challenge series deck.
Okay.
So I didn't want to bias it by like pre-metagaming against you, or I don't like Ren and 6. I don't want people to say like, oh, because you don't like Ren and 6, you lost. I'm like, here's like the stockest of Jund lists that a typical Jund player would play.
Yeah, that's what I did as well
yeah.
for Bat. Just like snag whatever one had won a challenge recently or top 8 a challenge recently. Ooh, there's the Thoughtseize. I am concerned about this Bob.
Your only turn 3 plays are Teferi?
Well, kind of Uro-ish.
All right.
All right. We'll take it. Is it Liliana time already?
Well, I need to make sure my mana works here.
You should be playing Triomes, Richard. Play a Jund Triome, and you're good. Actually,
interesting.
I don't. Is there Jund? Isn't one of the colors that got a Triome? Actually, is it?
I don't think you'd ever want to play a Triome with Jund.
But think of how good it would make your mana. All right, yeah. I got a pretty good Jund hand. Lots of value.
I think we got to play the long. It's like taking the cryptic command. Like, no matter what happens, you take the cryptic command.
Yeah, it can never be too wrong. All right, well, yeah, I guess we Growth Spiral now. All right, what do we discard? That's a little awkward. So you have, 3 non-Croxa cards in your graveyard? Well, this feels strange, but I think we actually discard Teferi. I don't like this Bob drawing cards. So if you play a fetch land, so you're not going to be able to Croxa next turn. All right, let's just do this. We drew more. We drew more Teferis.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah, that'll slow you down a bit at least. Do I just have better planeswalkers than you?
You do. I mean, this is the problem with Jund, right? Everyone just has better planeswalkers, so you can't really 1-for-1 anyone anymore. You discard Teferi.
Ooh, all right.
Takes a hit.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll get rid of the Wrath. I get my own literal Jund cards. And we'll get rid of this Croxa.
I'm totally fine with this.
And And yeah, that's it. I'm like double your mana almost already.
I mean, this is fine. Jun just needs to sit on 3 mana. I don't want lands. Lands don't help me.
Yeah, I guess you don't have your own Ugins. Sure.
I say lands don't help me, but I need lands.
Oh, you got another Croxa? Ew.
No.
Oh, run in. Okay, so you get your lands. How good is ultimating Ren and 6 and Jund? Like, is that a legit win con?
It is, but it requires you to have a lightning bolt, which a lot of times you might sideboard out, or you might not actually draw your lightning bolt. So,
so not as guaranteed as it could be.
Yeah, it could be like standard where I tick it up to almost ultimate and then you just Ugin.
I wouldn't mind that.
I had like a Bazri Cat. I'm like about to ultimate. I'm like, yes, I spent so long ticking this thing up. And then they're just like Ugin. I'm like, oh, okay.
Let's do this.
Okay, yeah, cool.
And then do this. And you can go again. Scavenging who's eating land is a way to slow down your run in 6. Sort of. I don't think the pinging of Ren and 6 does anything against my deck. I don't think it does like a single thing.
It kills the Teferi.
Oh yeah, if I take down.
So you get to Uro next turn. This is super awkward. How can I prevent any of this from happening? Okay, well, we are playing modern, which means Goyf is now bigger than Uro.
That is true. And Bob, okay, that's very Jundy of you.
Good play, Bob. I guess you can eat a land.
And we will. Can't let you have that free run in 6 value. Alright, so Goyf. Huh. Interesting.
Are you Ugin mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, I'm not. But that was an interesting draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we do this.
Shatter.
No.
Nissa.
Nissa.
Oh no. It begins. I think I've had a low enough life that just a constant stream of 3/3s you could just like go wide and kill me.
Oh.
Did you do the wrong land?
Well, I did the right land, but I needed to tap it for blue first. This isn't the worst though. This is fine. It was not what I was trying to do, but we still get to eat the graveyard. You're still down to 9. You're taking Bob damage.
Am I? Or is it a Baron Moore? Come on.
Oh, there's a bolt. Okay.
Bolt.
Lightning Bolt's an actual card here.
Man, I've actually been bottlenecked on mana.
After saying you didn't need the mana.
Yeah, I know how. So we do this.
Ugh. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So, yeah, mistapping might actually come back to give Jund a chance here. That might swing the game in Jund's favor. We'll eat some stuff.
So Goyf's 5 power. Okay. So I guess we can play this thing.
That's pretty good.
We can hit Nissa.
Sure. The old hit and ping.
The old red and 6 ping.
Well, okay. Now we got to do this in a way that hopefully shrinks your Goyf. Planeswalkers are going to go back in the graveyard at some point. So maybe go sorcery, creature, and... Alright, let's maybe like that, I think is fine. So get back a row. Draw a card. Put a land into play. Teferi.
Okay.
I think we just bounce Bob. And, alright. That's what I got.
Tarmogoyf's a 2/3.
Yeah, Tarmogoyf. The Uro is actually pretty nice against Goyf, being able to eat away stuff in my graveyard to keep the size down a bit.
Alright, we do this.
Clothis is pretty powerful.
We do that.
Gotta get the run and 6 value going. Now Things is gone.
Do I care about Teferi?
Leave it alone. Actually, do I care about Teferi? I'm not sure that I do. Now that it's already bounced. Wow, you're up to 5 cards in hand again.
I never had a doubt. Jund is the greatest deck of all time. I didn't expect you to live this long. I don't know about this. Okay, we do this.
Oh, and then you get to kill Teferi. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, alright, guess we crack this in the deck. Come on, Crosses.
So the sequence is awkward because I could never kill Uro and like use Clothis because it's pre-combat main phase, but I get to exile.
Oh goodness, Richard, I have some really bad news for you.
Oh, tell me. No, it's not Ugin. Tell me it's not Nissa to Ugin.
It's really bad news for you.
Are you kidding me? It's okay. It's okay.
You're good.
We're okay.
You're good. We will just
we're good.
We will -3, I think, this Ugin. Our lands stick around because they're technically colorless. And
oh my God.
Your go.
Oh my God, it's happening.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Well,
it's happening.
Well, I understand why midrange decks in Standard are having a hard time.
Would you like to play a pelt collector? Like, if this can't deal with it.
Yeah, that is a bad sign for Standard midrange.
I'm pretty sure I'm just dead now, given that you have 2 active planeswalkers. I'm at 8. We're gonna Lily.
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna minus the Lily.
We will sack a land, I guess.
Kill one of your lands. Alright, we just need to have some running top decks here.
Babo maybe help. I kind of
gonna eat a Ugin +2. Save me some life.
I kind of hope I draw a Crosses just for the rub-ins, but let's see. Actually, let me do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. I also have a random Uro hanging out in the graveyard that would like to return. Uro.
Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
We'll draw a card. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're.
If I looked at this board state, you would imagine I was stuck on one land the entire game or something, right? You're like, oh, how did this happen? Like, no, this actually just happened over the course of like one turn.
Yeah, we'll kill this.
Yeah.
We'll turn on a land. Do I even care about Liliana, or do I probably just hit you to 1? Yeah, I mean, what's Liliana really going to do at this point? Oh, but I forgot you had a bull in hand. Well, we'll hit you to 4.
You're down. You're down 2 mana.
Yeah, I'm down to like 14 now.
I double stone raid you. You like that?
I guess we cycle this. I probably should use the dying. Oh man. Okay.
Teferi? Are we gonna finish Super Friends here?
We are.
Okay. Yeah. Even a hasty creature won't help now.
Oh, I guess I should have looted for no value actually, but
okay, hold on, wait.
Okay,
we got one
Come
more
on,
card.
Thought Seize. Show us the Thought Seize.
Yeah, here we go. Disruption, baby.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it happened. It happened.
So from your side, Richard, from my side, I actually felt like, so in game 1, I think you could have got me with fast Goyfs if I didn't have a Wrath, because they were pretty big. But I actually felt through most of these games that my deck was actually just pretty favored. Like, I feel like I just draw so many cards and have these recursive threats and have these haymakers to close out the game, like the Ugin coming down, that I Actually, I don't think this is an abnormality in the matchup. I think I've changed my opinion, and I actually think Standard Bant is just favored to some extent against Modern Jund.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment. Second game, I managed to do an early Thoughtseize. I had an active Bob. Remember, I was drawing cards with Bob. It was like basically the Dream Start, right? The Dream Start would have been a turn one Thoughtseize, but since you played no removal, it didn't matter. So the turn three Thoughtseize was just as good. You hadn't played anything. I had multiple turns with Bob active, and it feels just like Modern, where none of this matters. You play like I remove a good card from your hand, you draw another good card, and then you snowball the game out of control with just cards that are individually better. Like Nissa is better than any card in Jund. Ugin is better than the entire deck. Teferi is better than any card, right? Like the best I could do is Bloodbraid into Tarmogoyf, but you're Nissa with a 3/3. You draw a card with Uro. You can just dig your way through. So it actually did feel like playing against Tron, where for me to win, I probably need like a double Thoughtseize Goyf and kill you by turn 4. And if the game drags on to we're in turn 6 or 7, I've probably lost. And with Teferi, like no top deck will help, right? Like I can't Bloodbraid Elf my way back into a victory. You can just phase out Bloodbraid Elf. So yeah, pretty awkward. I'm not sure. So Jund got demoted to the minor leagues, to rivals, because it couldn't keep up with the big boys anymore. Came into Standard, still got destroyed. I don't know what that says about the deck. But more importantly, I don't know what that says for Standard, right? Like, yeah, if you print 1 mana disruption, if you print stronger, more efficient threats, that's still not enough to go over the top of these ramp decks or mid-range decks, right? So what do you even do at this point, right? I don't know.
I think that's a really interesting point, because that's something you hear a lot when people talk about quote unquote fixing Standard is we need better answers to match up with the threats. But Jund has the best answers available basically in the history of Magic. Like, I guess there's some legacy stuff like Swords you're missing out on, but in general, like, that's what Jund is. The most efficient, best answers that you can play in the Modern format, and those answers just don't matter, because the thing is, the threats that my deck has are so strong that even if you immediately answer them, you're still behind. Like, I still drew cards with Uro when it's coming back from the graveyard. I still drew cards with Crosses. I still got value out of Planeswalkers. I made a creature out of my Nissa. So even if you do have a 1 mana answer, that's still not necessarily enough, which I think means, I guess my take on that would be, it probably means that the threats need to be toned down a little bit compared to, because I don't know if you can make an answer that's good enough to stop the threats with the amount of immediate value they generate. It definitely illuminates why random mid-range pile in Standard is basically non-existent right now. Like, those are just not decks. If you look at the decks that play in Standard, they're either trying to be really aggro and kill people before the Ugins and Nissas come out, or they're going the other way and they're like full-on control cess ramp decks that are trying to like go toe for toe with the big haymaking threats. But you don't really see the mid-range threats anymore. So if Modern Jund can't do it, no Standard mid-range deck is going to be able to keep up with that deck. That I'm pretty confident in.
So before we recorded this, we were discussing, okay, what if Jund just rolls Bant Mythics? Hilarious now after the fact, right? But we're like, okay, we'll just go no banless Standard. We'll add in Okos, Veil of Summers, Once Upon a Time, things like that, and it'll be more fair, right? We gotta do the reverse now. We need no banless Modern. I need Deathrite Shaman. Give me the Deathrite Shaman.
Richard you need the Veil of Summers and the Okos.
Send help. Send help. Tarmogoyf has the flag up. We need reinforcements. Give me the Deathrite Shaman. I don't know how you'd fix this. Like a 2-mana Goyf that kills a Planeswalker on ETB. Like I don't know how you would kind of tilt the cards back in kind of mid-range's favor. Like maybe a Thoughtseize on a body, like a 1-mana 3/3 that has a Thoughtseize attached to it. I don't know how you like get anything done before like the barrage of Planeswalkers come down and basically invalidate anything you've been doing.
Oh, so Richard, gonna keep playing Jund then, or did this?
Oh no, Jund.
Is it done?
I'm ready to. If you check eBay right now, you might find a completed Jund list on sale. No, I have retired out of Jund in Modern way before this. We have been embarrassed by Mystic Sanctuary, by Teferis, by Card Liberated. Jund has just not been in a good spot for a long time. However, maybe with the rise of goblins, if there are a lot of creature combo decks, Jund could be good. So maybe the meta will shift back, but as long as everyone's just playing combo decks and blue decks, it's just not a fun time for Jund. We need another broken 2-drop or 1-drop, maybe 2 or 3 more, and then we'll be back in business.
As far as Standard, Bant Rep's really busted, and until they make changes or we hit rotation in the fall, it's hard to not recommend playing this deck from a competitive perspective. Of course, if you're just trying to have fun and do janky things, that's awesome. That's how I play Magic a lot of the time. But if you're trying to like win a tournament, this deck just has an insane amount of raw power, and we saw that today, taking down the best mid-range deck traditionally in Modern. So anyway, any other thoughts, Richard, or does that bring us to the end of our Go Magic, our first one in a while?
Yes, at the end of Tarmogoyf. Yes.
The end of Modern Jund, the return of Goat Magic. What a day here on the YouTube channel. Well, Richard, thanks for hanging out and doing this. Thanks to everyone for watching. Let us know what you think about the Bant Mythic deck, about the Jund deck, about these matchups. How can we make mid-range a thing again in Standard? How can it compete with the insane value from decks like Bant Ramp? Let us know all that in the comments. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.